Hi, and welcome to the BenAF podcast.
I'm here by accident.
Hello, and welcome to episode 9 of the BenAF podcast. I'm usually the host, but not today. So I have the pleasure of welcoming two other people on this episode, the ever-lovely MomAF, and the first ever appearance, and hopefully not the last appearance, of my stepsister Emma. So without further ado, I'll let the episode play. I hope you enjoy. I said we were going to do top 10 Momisms, or at least I hinted at it. Here it is, so get over it. Mom, go ahead and start reading your stuff, or do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, I am MomAF, so I'm Ben's mom, and apparently these are things that I say often or words to live by, things that have encouraged or influenced me, and the first one is experience is the best teacher. I can tell you things as an older adult who's been a lot of places that you're going, but it means very little unless you've had the opportunity to live and experience things yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, people learn by doing.
Yeah. It's
Right.
like how when a toddler falls, you're supposed to let them fall and comfort them instead of telling them oh, don't run, you'll fall. Once they fall, they realize that they don't want to keep doing it.
Yeah.
A lot of that falls into early childhood.
You know, that reminds me of a great quote that I decided to make up just right now. You know, they often say that youth is wasted on the young, but I'd like to say that experience is wasted on the elderly. Because you know what? I mean, they just walk around and just want to tell people what to do, but they never do anything with it. So, you know, just throwing out a counter out there. Just throwing that out there. I'm the contrarian. I'm the devil's advocate over here. Look at me. Looking all cute, the devil's advocate.
But I feel like the argument there is that the elderly choose to then say don't do this or whatever, but that kind of contradicts the whole idea that experience is the best teacher, because it's not that necessarily that they're saying hey yes do this, hey no don't do that. It's that they've lived a life, lived their experiences, and they have that motto. So rather than them infringing that on other people, they're kind of being hey, here's my experience with it, but still go do it yourself. It's not like a hard and fast yes or no kind of thing.
It's what I'm trying to say, because yeah, you could learn to tie your shoes the way I tell you to, right? But until you actually do it, are you really learning? Or are you just learning about the thing? Are you learning the how-tos?
I just want you to know that would be one of those quotes that would just be co-opted by some terrible person. Just and you would put out there 10 years later after the alt-right got to it, and you'd be like, oh no, this is what I meant. It's just yeah, because you weren't specific enough. So go ahead.
The point is, I can teach you, but will you learn it best? The quote is, experience is the best teacher. It didn't say I wasn't a damn fine one.
Oh.
What it said was experience is the best one.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Boom. I do definitely. I live and breathe by that. I just believe it.
Fair enough. All right, number 2.
Comparison is the thief of joy. Everyone has their own journey, their own personal journey, their own timing. You cannot look at someone else's life and feel sad or upset or anxious because you aren't there.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know what they've sacrificed or what they've been through. Everybody's journey is unique. I have a funny story. It's not really a funny story, but an example or an anecdote.
Okay.
All right. Growing up, I had a cousin who we were very close. We still are. She's 2 years older than me. And of course, we progressed at different levels. Puberty, growth and development.
Boy, that's tough, whatever that is.
I mean,
Oh, man.
So every girl, what girl in elementary or middle school isn't asking questions about, hey, have you started yet? Aunt Flo, come to visit, ever.
You just start showing her where
Huh? I was trying to think of what is acceptable.
Has your dad thrown the Bible at you yet?
But yeah, every girl, having been a school nurse too, I'd had kids come to me all the time, when am I going to start my period? Why does my sister wear a bra and I don't? Everybody has their own journey and you can't make comparisons. Now, that has nothing to do with joy. So I'd have to have another example of that, and they escape me.
I think about Christmas with the family. What always ends up happening, one of them will get a gift for Christmas that different. Like they both get the same amount. They both get something that they really want.
Yeah.
But there's that little part of them that can't help being like, well, is that better than what I have? Is like, do I want that because it's better? And it's like, no, because by doing that, you're completely disregarding the fact that you got a gift on
A
Christmas
really
morning.
great gift.
Right, so, but like I always, every year without fail, one of them is gonna like either try and trade something or like the kids that trade things at lunch or whatever.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'll trade you right, like without fail every year.
Great example.
That happens, and it's like you're kind of missing the point there a little bit.
Yeah, if you compare yourself to someone else, you're always going to come up short. Or somebody will.
That's kind of, a good solution to a problem, people get you the wrong gift. Just go ahead and switch it out with something.
Then you wouldn't be happy with that.
What?
You see them enjoying it months later while your thing may be
And then we switch again.
broken or lost. Not if that person doesn't want to.
Okay, why are you assuming that's going to be broken and lost now?
I'm just saying, for
no,
example,
no,
for example, I mean, because the example was toys, or something really cool. Yeah, you're going to want to switch it up, but how do you know that person that you switched with is going to want to switch? But if you compare,
Like the kids who trade things at lunch. Once the kid eats your fruit roll-up, you can't be like, I want it back. I mean,
Right.
like you could, but that would be a whole other issue.
It's 30 minutes, I'm going to need my fruit roll-up back.
Right? So like things like that, like realistically, until you learn that, you have to learn the fact that just because something might appear good at first, or like it might feel like that's the good option there, longevity and like some of that also plays into the whole. You can't compare.
Exactly.
If we're going to go off on that angle, I think you can enjoy basically anything that you get. Like, you just have to figure out a purpose for it and the use. And I don't know if there's necessarily I don't know. I guess that's just kind of more of my mindset, though. I just, because you know what, man, I got some crappy gifts over the years, and I've found great reasons to repurpose them, especially like a lot from my mom, just a lot of crappy gifts. It's just like, what am I going to use this for? And then, I have to like make up reasons to use them. Like I'll get like a pair of socks. I'm just like, what? Okay.
And the way that I did not respond speaks volumes about my age and wisdom.
Like it really helped like when I needed
So-
money, so I just like sold, I guess. That never happened, but I used all my mother's
Okay.
gifts to the fullest.
Yeah.
Oh, what? You're the host now?
What?
I forgot this is your podcast. I'm gonna let you.
I was
I'm
just
gonna let
looking
you.
through, so that I don't say things that are on repeat. But this is a similar one. But I don't know. I think it's kind of unique.
Number 3.
I can separate who people are from what they've done. And I know we can get into the big, but I specifically mean in my own relationships. You can make a mistake or a choice, a poor choice, and be really, really sorry about it. But there's a difference between guilt and shame, and I don't want anybody to feel shame. If you, I can forgive you. I can move on. Just be honest with me about what happened. I can even help you through it. But I don't necessarily, I try not to anyway, to associate people with what they've done unless it's people who mean me harm.
How do you distinguish who's doing you harm?
That is a great question.
I feel like repetition comes into play. Is the difference if it's like an isolated act, like they did it, they felt bad, and they learned from it. But if they give you the like, oh, I'm sorry, it won't happen again, or like they give you a genuine apology, but then do it again, at some point you have to be like, okay, realistically, maybe it's not that this is an isolated event, maybe this is just who they are. And like that's when it kind of should.
That's good. And I guess for me, using the example of your children is very different because obviously your children growing up, they don't mean harm. They don't mean you harm. I don't think it's until
Speak for
you get
yourself,
I
dog.
don't think it's until you get older and that you begin to do things intentionally and then you have this whole, what was your intent? What did you aimlessly do this thing, or were you just trying to do something and failed at it? Did you break the vase because you were playing ball in the house? Of course you didn't intentionally break the vase, so yeah, that's a great vein though,
Yeah.
Yeah, but for those people who are adults and you meet them as adults, say someone you're dating, I don't give you as much grace as I do people in my family, I guess you will, or my everyday life. People I have homegrown connections, if you will. And I think everybody gets my grace until, and like, I don't know, some of it's intuitive too. How do you know someone means you harm, or they don't mean you any good, so harm keeps happening?
If they're cute, they don't mean you harm. If
That's
they're
not true. That is
they have a lot of money, they do not mean you harm.
That is not true.
If it is a strategic choice to be with them, they do not mean who you are.
Yeah, it's that whole learning how. That's a whole nother podcast.
Trust me, you can change them. You definitely can.
That's kind of like saying, how do you know who to trust?
I can change it. Get out of my face.
I know that's right. Look, I don't have time to.
The
be
more they
raising
fight, the more
somebody
you're winning.
else's-
Just keep staying in there. Hang in
A
there.
grown man. I'm not here to raise any grown men. Okay. You should have learned those lessons a long time ago from your mom, your dad, other relationships. I'm not here. That's not what I'm here for. There was a time in my life where I was like, oh yeah, I can fix that. Oh, that's nothing. We can change that together.
So what I heard was that you can fill the void in anyone's life if you just learn how to do it. I just want you guys to take that from her message.
Then you're not listening.
Is that there's truly.
Don't bite your tongue. What is it?
If you prove that you desire to be in my life, then at that point I will reciprocate that. But until then, I owe you nothing. And
Honey, yes.
Why did I invite like some strong independent women? I should just
know.
invited some yes ladies.
This
Some,
is a strong-
yeah.
this must be
ooh.
a strong
I should just
independent woman
wrote the
because-
top 10 videos like Momisms myself. So just wrote them all. Just gave them to you. Here you go. Just go ahead and say
there's
these.
4, and then the other 6 are just like rephrasings of those 4.
I love when this podcast is going to come out and I'm just going to replace both of your voices with mine. I'm just going to re-record your
Wow.
lines and just,
Like, your
oh
idea.
man, that was really interesting. Oh,
Yeah.
It was deeper than yours.
why not? Oh yeah, I recorded this with Thomas and other
Friends?
MomAF. Yep.
Thomas and Friends.
Yeah, so.
And they're just in the credits, which all of a sudden my show's going to have credits. It'll be like Thomas played by BenAF and Mom played by BenAF.
So, I mean, each of these could be their own discussion, but the next one is kind of similar to the one I just said, but
Pause. Four.
very
Four.
similar to the last one, but in a different vein. The mistake or poor choice that you made isn't what's important. It's not what defines you. It's your next move. It's what you do next. Everybody falls, but what are you going to do? You're going to lay there and wallow? You're going to cry? Or are you going to get up?
To quote Hannah Montana,
For real? Oh, yeah.
I mean, why not?
everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah, and that's why now I did differentiate between a mistake and a poor choice, because sometimes we let people off the hook saying, "Oh, you made a mistake," and sometimes
You're-
you just.
You're definitely right because you said Voss instead of vase, and I just wanted to address that. Why did you all of a sudden start calling? I've never heard you call it a Voss
You are
before,
so right.
so I don't know
It's
what
'cause
that
I'm on
is.
air and I felt like that was the right thing.
That's just in the video because I definitely kind of like. Oh.
I was like,
Looked away for a second. I was like,
I didn't invite Bougie AF on the show,
Wow, why are you calling me?
Voss,
Okay.
Voss. But people probably thought you were talking about the streamer Voss.
It's like
Anyway,
a fancy water that's called that or something. Like it's Swedish.
Welcome to a new way of drinking, Voss.
And it's like the cylinder bottle of water that's not plastic, it's like cardboard or you know what I mean? It feels like really weird.
What I'm seeing is that it would be like a German company, and they're all about efficiency, and they're just like Voss.
wow.
And it would just be it would just literally be like a commercial where it's just.
Because it's more efficient because it is. It's more aerodynamic that
Okay,
way.
if you break a vase.
The
Do you
best.
want me to go back and
oh my
record that way?
gosh!
I say
No.
vase, like,
No, we are
10
definitely
times
living that
a week. It's like a jump cut where it's like if you break a vase and then it goes back into.
Voss. Maybe I'll throw a little commercial in there. Voss.
Voss is water. Yeah,
Sponsored by.
VOS. Yeah,
Sponsor me.
never had it, so yeah, can't tell you if it's good or not. Oh gosh, now I need some tissue. But
You crying?
Yes, because
Need a
you
tissue?
had me laughing. But anyway, yeah. So it's not. So the mistakes that you make. Here's another way to say it. The mistakes you make aren't necessarily important because everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does or says something they regret. It's what you do after that counts.
Y'all have to cut that out. Regret. I had a regret.
You know what?
Hey folks, I had to quit.
Look at you.
What?
Look at you.
Oh, you want me to start? You want me to start hosting again? You want that? You need me? All right, you need me to step in? All right, number 5.
So this next one is from my grandmother, and I struggled how to put it in words, but I always
Is this
understood what she
plagiarism?
meant.
So you plagiarized this?
She told me something that I found incredibly useful. If someone wants to give you something, for example, like a family member or whatever, always take it, even if it's something that you may not find useful. If you can't use it, give it away to someone who can, or give it away to charity but you don't want to turn them down, because you never know when that next time it's going to be incredibly useful.
Because you never know what you can take from the elder. That's a good point. You never, if a girl, likes you, but you're not interested in her, just lead her on, because you never know if she might get cute one day. You never know. That could happen.
Not
right?
at
Was that
all.
what this was?
Not at all. What I'm saying.
Throw your money at everything. Give your money to every person who wants an investment,
Come
right?
on.
Because eventually you might hit on something.
No.
And then you could give more money to more people.
No.
Right?
Like when you're at, I don't know, and maybe this is an older person thing again, but you're at a family member's house, they're older, and they're like, oh, I think you could use this. Oh, this is so cute. You should take it.
Yeah.
Just take it. And if it's something that you can't fit into your lifestyle right now, donate it to charity, but you never know when the next time is going to be something very valuable.
Well, it's because you're building up like your social credit, essentially. Like even if it's completely not useful and you intend to go and give it to Goodwill, give it to someone else, repurpose it, whatever, you're building up your social credit in the sense that like it in the long run will prove to be beneficial, that like you were never like, yeah, no, you didn't accept anything, like it in the end can prove to be,
Because you never know what good thing you're going to miss out on next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's a test, and the answer is, you score one A, and then all the A's afterwards just come easier.
I think it's about being gracious too. Like, you know what? Thank you. Because hey, what's that old saying? It's more blessed to give than to receive. You probably made his or her day. They're like, oh, wow, they really appreciated that, and that made me feel good to be able to help them. But sometimes it's not helpful to you necessarily, but
Yeah. Like, oh my God, because then there's some older people who just try to pawn stuff that they don't want on you. It's just like, oh, here's some really useful, tire iron that I got in 1967. It's like, all right,
they don't make them like they used to.
This ain't valuable. This is broken. This is so...
It's missing parts.
then you can take it and then put it where it needs to go.
And throw it away.
Maybe
and
the
then
trash,
next time-
maybe the recycling, but it could be something that somebody can use, that's for sure.
Number 6.
So the next point is, there's so many. I think this one, of course, this is one that you've heard before, but if you're able to, I think you should follow your bliss, and money will come. So many times people find themselves doing things they don't love, or there's no enjoyment in it. But if you have the opportunity, especially being young, I would encourage you to do what you love while you have the opportunity. If you can pursue that, do it, and then you can earn a living. Money will come, but your happiness is so important. There's so many people who are middle-aged and just completely unhappy and unfulfilled in what they choose to do. And so, being young, you have so many opportunities. If you can do what you love, find out what that is and do it. Why are you laughing?
I have people.
What?
I have people in my head.
What?
I have people in my head where I'm just like,
Oh, you're thinking of specific
She's talking-
examples? I'm not talking about anyone. What it is more than discrediting anyone.
Tony,
Who's Tony?
Michael,
Is giving.
none of these people.
I'm sure Tony loves. It's great. I'm sure he loves. Marketing for cereal. I bet he does. But
I had some teachers and professors that didn't give a fuck.
oh yeah, man, are you kidding? There are many nurses I know. I was like, why are you doing this? You clearly don't like people. Yeah. So it's for a paycheck, right? Who wants to be that person who is stuck somewhere because they need
Pays well enough
the money for this lifestyle they've created, only to fund the lifestyle they've created?
Okay, so do you think it's possible to find happiness outside of your job?
Heck yeah.
And just have like a crappy job that you work, but then you're just happy outside of it?
Sure. I mean, everybody's passion or purpose isn't directly related to what they do for a living. So if you do something for a living and you're not passionate about it, my advice would be to find something in your spare time or in your free time that you can do for passion.
So you approve of my stripping career?
If that brings you joy, if shaking your booty brings you joy, shake on.
I'm just telling y'all, the OnlyFans is coming. All right, that's why I've been working out lately. OnlyFans is coming.
OnlyFans, okay. Yeah. I was reading something yesterday about OnlyFans, and they were saying I think there should be an OnlyGrands, like where older people give you advice, and like they teach you how to sew, or they show you how to can and preserve.
What part of that sounds like OnlyFans?
I don't know. I don't know what OnlyFans is.
Oh.
Except what you've told me.
What? I'm pretty sure I have explicitly stated that OnlyFans is a site that is about sexual stuff.
Oh.
So OnlyGrands immediately made me think.
But is it something that people watch?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. OnlyGrands is just elderly, where you watch elderly people do things that are helpful, not porn.
I feel like someone would accidentally click on that. They think it was something else, and they'd be like, yeah, cool.
OnlyJans, it's a site filled with people named Jan, and they just kind of wander around and just, hey, look, I'm a Jan. Oh, you a Jan? Oh. Only Jams is a music website.
Or it's about jelly, yeah. Different kinds of jellies and jams.
They think it's something else.
Yeah.
Oh man, I should come up with top 10 only sites and like only tans,
there it is.
only cans,
Yeah,
only.
I mean, what do they do?
Spam.
Yeah. Right. Like I'll sometimes do that with
It's like
Kevin.
the best spams that you've gotten in like emails. Just oh my god.
Yeah, I like make up a name for something to say. This would be a cool business. What would they do? I just come up with a name. So OnlyGrands, what would they do? OnlyGrands. That wasn't my idea, by the way. I just read it.
Bunch of old ladies just stripping.
No, this is
$5 to see my hooter.
Oh God.
My hooter, my cooch.
Definitely not what they would do.
The cooch.
OnlyGrands. They would be, just showing you how to do things that people don't do anymore, like knit and sew and can and preserve.
Do you think a lot of those people have like leg tattoos? Like a lot of they made decisions early on. They're just like, yeah, this is a great decision. Like now they're old, and they're just like, all right, time to go full circle, dog. I'm getting a calf tattoo because I think that'll age wonderfully. Everyone loves to see calf tattoos.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get an entire like butt cheek tattoo, where my entire butt cheek gets.
How did we get there?
And it's good because no one will see it under my shorts. So that's great.
This is turn
Number 8. Number 8, 7.
I guess. Who knows?
7, 6, 9.
All right.
Random number.
47. Number
Yeah.
47.
Let's just look through here.
Number 47.
Okay, I think these two I can combine together to say,
Wait, so you're jipping us? There's only 9?
no, I have a lot of things written here. I'm just choosing, okay?
Oh.
So
you lied to me.
You know how oftentimes we're really hard on yourself, and it seems like we are our own worst critics. And so my advice, it's not my advice, it's advice I've learned along the way, is to be kind to yourself and show yourself grace. If we could speak as kindly as we do to other people, to ourselves, it'd be so much better. Like, I feel like if a little kid did something in your presence and it was, it was a boo-boo or whatever, you'd be like, oh, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Look, we can fix it. But when it's yourself, you're just, oh, God, how could I be so stupid? I can't believe I did that. And I go to bed sometimes thinking about things I've done, and and they're not a big deal. But in my mind, they grow, and I'm like, like at the wedding when I got on the dance floor and I didn't know the line dance, but I was like, yeah, I can just get behind somebody. It's fun, right?
See, the only thing that grew there was the embarrassment I felt. Just like, oh, great. This is, awesome. Man, love this.
Good as a time as I was having while I was out there, all I could think about that night on the way to sleep was, oh my God, I must have looked like a fool.
Honestly,
people
I
are
was,
thinking.
I talked to my stepdad. I was like, "You know my mom can do that?" He was like, "Yeah, I know. I knew. I could tell.
I could do what?
I could tell." I was like, "Oh, my mom can dance. She knows what she's doing.
Oh, for
she
real?
clearly
You
has.
said that?
She understands the beat. She understands something." Here I was thinking that my mom got all her talent from me, and just it turns out she might have some talent of her own. It's amazing. Isn't that crazy?
Reverse parasitism.
Right.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. I thought I had taught my mom everything she knew, but the answer is that I did, and I'm very proud of myself. Really, it was like a teacher getting to watch their student, and I was just like,
Really?
man, I did great work.
You know what? That's good to know. But, the point is, I kind of beat myself up, and I was like, starting to care about what other people think after it was all over, too. I mean, it was all over, said and done. I had a great time, but I stayed awake that night thinking, oh my God, I must have looked so crazy. And I didn't. Who knows?
No.
Okay, that's good. So that leads me to number 10.
Everyone who looked at you saw what they wanted to see.
Aw. And who knows what that was, because number 10 is a well-known one.
Yo,
What
dog, she's staring at my eyes right now. I don't know what she's doing.
other people think of me is none of my business. It's really not. It took me years to learn that. I'm still learning it.
So you haven't learned that yet?
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
I'm still learning it means it's a process. Some things you don't grasp the first time, maybe not even the 100th time. But if I keep practicing it and make it an intentional remembrance, I'll eventually get it.
Yeah.
It's really not my business. I did go to sleep that night. It just took a little longer than usual, but I got there. It got there. I was just, I finally concluded, you know what? Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? It's over. It's said and done. And the important thing was I had a great time.
I think the fact that you recorded this with me outside is insane.
Why?
Because I'm very proud of you. Because I'm just like, man, because this, I don't know, not even that I'm proud of you. I'm just like, I guess I am. It's partly proud and partly just like, cool, I'm glad that I got this for Mom.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Thanks.
No
Means
problem.
a lot.
Yeah. Also, I just threw that in there because people are probably going to be like, why would you so harsh on her? And then they're going to cut to that and they're going to be like, wow, what a great moment. Wow, look at that.
Wow.
He really does love his mom. Wow.
Feigned adoration.
No, I'm genuinely like happy and I'm stoked that you did this.
Thanks, man. That's all I got. That's all I am going to share. I actually have a lot more, and this was hard for me to come up with at first because I was like, I don't know. I was thinking more along what are things that I say a lot. But then, there's things I don't say a lot, but I try to live by or I try to remember.
Always judging. Always judging.
No, that's not
So
true.
judgy.
That's not true.
Always talking, never speaking.
I don't think that's true, But that does remind me of another one. I'm going to write it down for next time.
Next time.
Yeah, there'll be other Momisms, MomAF shows. Maybe I'll invite you along.
Which one you want to wrap it up?
Yeah.
You want to
That's
end
all I
it?
got. That's all I got. What you got, Emma? Did Emma ever introduce herself?
I've just been here.
You've just been the stranger that walked by.
I'll probably throw in like a future bin in there and just be like, oh yeah, I should probably explain that's my stepsister Emma. So Imogene, that's Imogene.
Not my middle name, but all right.
That's Thomas the Lone Wanderer. I don't know. He just walked up and he was like, "What's up, dog?" And, I thought I was curious that Thomas had a very feminine voice, and I just stopped caring. It was just like, oh, interesting. Hello, Todd. Timmy, James. Todd. But here it is. I'm wrapping it up. God, like a sudden wave of tiredness just hit me.
Uh-oh.
Just kidding.
So it's like how I talked a lot in the first few ones, and by the end I was just like, yeah.
This is when Thomas decided to leave us, and I had to replace Thomas's. I met Thomas for long enough that I could pretend to be his voice. So now I'm gonna speak like him. Hey guys.
My voice is not that high.
Maybe. See ya. Peace. Everyone else want to say goodbye? You want to say goodbye?
Yeah, until next time.
What is that? Until next time.
That was me saying
It's
goodbye.
like a little sign
That's
off.
my sign off.
The song from Sound of Music, so long, farewell.
Yeah. I like it. I don't know the other
A
words.
way to
but-
send good night.
Yeah.
And then it's the little dance where they pretend to kick each other down the stairs.
Ah,
I'm so deleting this.
I love it.
Number 5 is. Oh, cute doggo.
I say doggo.
Yeah. Doggos are nice. Oh man, that makes me. Oh.
I know. You miss Petey right now?
No.
You miss Betty? It looks like Betty.
Nah.
A little bit.
Cute doggo. Cute doggo. Cute doggo.
Yeah, we had to take a pic, right?
Can I throw out my old people theory? Where like old people are the most annoying because they just stopped caring like 10 years ago.
Who's old?
I'll let you
That's
figure
such
that
a
out.
hypocritical statement to say because people encourage young people to just not care. Oh, like why don't people like me? You know what? You don't gotta like you can't care
Right.
about that. You have to just be your own person, whatever. So
There's-
why does it work for young people but not old?
All right, let me specify. There's a difference between not caring and then there's just like being like so blissfully unaware you're just in the way of everyone. Like you don't care about anyone.
That
Yeah.
I live to be this age, therefore I'm
Oh, yeah.
Yes, every person who just walks like I can't hit you. I can. It'll happen.
And I will.
One day I'll just be like, you know what? Oh no, my foot slipped. Oh.
But you know what? I can appreciate that because I'm always saying like I can't wait until I'm a certain age where I can just say whatever the hell I want. Like nobody stops you